Hello, I'm Kyle Bratch. I'm Chaparral Motorsports, and today we're going to be installing the Icon RAU 4-way intercom system into this Icon Airflite in the Inky blue graphic. Now, before we start the installation, let's go ahead and do a quick unboxing so you can see exactly what this kit comes with. Digging into this box, we're going to notice that we have an outside sheath. We're then going to open this up, and this shows us our communicator itself. Now, this communicator is a really slimline device. It can attach via double stick tape or a Velcro piece that allows you to be able to remove it. Due to the fact that this unit is going to be integrated into your helmet and double stick to the side, you're going to be taking your entire helmet into the house, plugging into your USB charge port in order to get this unit up to snuff. Now, what other pieces are inside this box? We're going to have a boom mic. We're going to have an instruction manual, and we're going to have a bag of goodies. Our bag of goodies is going to include our charge cable, our speakers, a wired mic, which is probably what I'll use inside this helmet, extra microphone protectors and earpieces, and then the Velcro or double stick tape in order to affix this unit to the side of the helmet. Now, step one is going to be to figure out exactly where we want to place this unit on the outside of our helmet. So let's get the table cleaned off a little bit, push these things to the side so we can get started. With all the pieces laid out here on the table, I think I've decided, because I'm probably going to transfer this from one helmet to the next, that I'm going to use the Velcro or hook and loop option. I think I'm going to want the fuzzy side of the Velcro on the unit itself, and I'm going to want the sticky part of the Velcro on the helmet itself. Just in case it shifts, this sticky part isn't going to be affecting the finish of the helmet. Now let me grab a helmet donut here real quick and pull it up onto the table. Now we need to figure out where we're going to want this unit. So before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and remove this 3M double stick backing, 3M adhesive backing, and I'm going to set this in place right here on the back of the unit. I'm going to go ahead and press this hard and kind of massage it around a little bit for 15 or 20 seconds just to make sure that it has good adhesion. So open this up, we have the microphone here in red, and then we have the two speaker wires in black. Obviously the longer one's going to go on the opposite side of the helmet, and that was an interesting thing I noticed when I took this thing out of the box. Both of the speakers, there's no left, no right, they're both identical, so you can use those as you choose. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my other half of that Velcro piece and I'm going to set it in place. Because what I'm going to want to do is find out the location where I'm going to want this, and then I'll peel this off and make sure it sticks, and it'll work out really well. So what Icon has done here is they've given us a very flat cord. This flat cord is going to be able to sit underneath this lip here that we had to cut out of the other helmet during our last installation. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reach inside the helmet and I'm going to pull out a couple of these tabs. Now right here where this cutout is going to be a great location for this flat wire to go underneath. I'm now going to go ahead and snap this back into place without disturbing too much of the inside of the helmet, so I can make sure I can find the optimum place to put this device at. So this is one place that you could mount it. There's also a second place back here in the back, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what that looks like. Let's go ahead and move it back here, see where that cutout is, and then go ahead and put these back into place. Now I think this is going to be my preferred setup because it's going to be back past the front of the helmet. On the fader helmet that I was running, I originally mounted that Cena up close, and I did notice that I did get quite a bit of wind noise hitting it. So I'm hoping that moving this backwards a little bit, it's going to be out of the direction of that wind stream a little bit more, and it might be a little bit quieter. So now that I know this is a good fit, that pad is in place, I'm going to go ahead and pull this forward, and I'm going to remove this 3M sticky. I'm now going to go ahead and set this up into place here at the exact location that I'm going to want it, and apply pressure for another 30 seconds or so. All right, now that we've got pressure on that for a while, we're gonna go ahead and let that sit. We're now gonna come inside the helmet and run these wires to the various locations that we need them to be. Now the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop out this side panel here. And as you can see inside the helmet, let's see if we can't get a good lighting for you. This is gonna be the speaker cutout. That's where these speakers are gonna sit. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and take my softer side of my hook and loop. I'm gonna set that in place here on my speaker. I'm then gonna peel back the sticky portion. And now this speaker is ready to get placed. All right, now it's time to install the second speaker. We're gonna go ahead and set it up here in place as well. Okay, the third piece is going to be my microphone. Now the microphone, I really like the wired mic on my full face helmet because I can then put a piece of tape on it and it sticks really, really slimline and close to the inside of the helmet. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that. I'm gonna take a look at my wire harness here. That's gonna be inside and come forward. So these two are gonna ultimately connect together, the two reds. That's gonna make my connection for my microphone. I'm not quite there yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this microphone, and you're not gonna be able to see it unless I turn it up like so. Gonna go ahead and affix a piece of Velcro to it, like that. Go ahead and peel off the backing. Okay. Now we're going to decide exactly where I want to put this. I'm thinking somewhere right about there is going to be a good fit. So when installing or plugging in your speakers and your mic, you're going to notice this notch right here in the end. This guy's got a little male piece. Those two are going to sit together like so and make their connection. Now it's unnecessary and probably overkill, but what I like to do whenever I make a connection such as this is I take a piece of electrical tape or duct tape or something of the nature and I go ahead and wrap that connection so that I know that it can't come undone with all of the rattling and bouncing around that my helmet does. That's going to make sure that connection stays secure and doesn't back out. Now we're going to go ahead and continue that process. We're going to go ahead and plug in the speaker wire. We have that same type of male-female connector. Go and plug that in. Again, the only reason that I wrap these in tape is I have had connections come loose in the past that I thought the unit was faulty or not working, and it caused a lot of frustration. Just knowing that number one, these connectors can't pull apart, and number two, they're protected in case I fall in a creek or something. They're gonna have a little bit more watertight protection. Moving around to the other side, I'm gonna go ahead and pop the headliner loose a little bit so I can run this wire in between the headliner and the helmet. And once I get that wire kind of positioned back there, I'm gonna go ahead and re-snap that because I'm not gonna need to access it again. Now I'm coming over to this helmet speaker connection. Gonna go ahead and make that connector connection and wrap it with tape. All right, now that I've got all that done, I can go ahead and install my cheek pads once again. It's this guy. So the first step that I do is I plug in the two little white dots because those are actual snaps that go into the body of the helmet itself. I then come up and then work each of these tabs back down in between the outer shell and the EPS liner itself. Tuck that guy underneath. As you can see, there's a nice large cutout here for the wire for this intercom unit. That snap. That's snap. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure that cord is where it needs to be. Go. Now the last piece we have to install is the chin curtain that I took out so you guys can see exactly where I mounted the microphone. Go ahead and snap that back into place. And it goes right under that guy. Now this Icon RAU intercom system is a Sena device, so we should be able to power on our Sena app, S-E-N-A, and open it up in the Sena utility. Now obviously it can't find it because it's not yet powered on, so let's go ahead and power this guy on. And now I'm going to go ahead and hold this pairing button down until I see that pairing mode. I'm now going to come in here and take a look in my Bluetooth section. Whew. Chatterbox, Momentum, Pack Talk, Sena, Ultra. All right, we're back up and rolling after about 20 minutes of trying to figure out how to actually pair our phone to this new unit. It's a little bit sketchy in this quick start guide. There's actually nothing in here. We had to toss that one. We had to go to Google, and Google told us what we needed to do. You basically hold this center button down for 10 seconds. Now after 5 seconds, it's gonna go to intercom pairing, so you kind of think that's it, so you start the process, but that's not it. When you hear intercom pairing, do not move your finger from that button, keep it pressed down, and after 5 more seconds, you go into the configuration menu. Once you get to the configuration menu, you're gonna hit this plus sign 3 times, and then you're gonna hear phone pairing. Once you hear phone pairing, you find Sena SFR version 1.0 in the menu, and you click the button. That, my friends, is how you pair your phone. All right, that's a wrap. We now have the Icon RAU installed on this Airflite helmet. Now, stay tuned. We're gonna go ahead and show you how to swap out your visor and your spoiler to the same color so you can have matching pieces on your Airflite helmet. Thank you for watching. I appreciate the fact that you tune in and to take a listen and to learn as we do as we unbox these items and put them to use. Now we're gonna go ahead and put tons of miles on this helmet and this new Icon intercom system from Sena so we can come back and tell you how it works or doesn't work. I'm Kyle Bradshaw from Chaparral Motorsports. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw today, give us that thumbs up. If you want more like this directly to your inbox, hit that subscribe button and or notification bell. And until next time, and as always, take care and ride safe.